Thank you very much for your nice introduction. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for coming to this important event, which shows that we are united and fighting for this similar cause to bring justice for our communities, and then we show our solidarity to each other and working together to make this very long journey successful, and hopefully the justice kind of occur very soon. Because there is no time, I try to go through the statement rather than talking. For over 130 years, the Hazara people have faced continuous persecution and genocide due to their ethnic and religious identity. This oppression has been especially severe under the Taliban, who have targeted Hazara with massacres, forced displacement, culture repression, and heavy taxation, both in 1990s and after their return to power in 2021. The atrocity date back to late 80s, 180s, when Amir Abdulrahman forced massacre over 60% of the Hazara population, with tens of thousands forcibly displaced or sold into the slavery. In the 1990s, massacres such as the Mazar-e-Sharif massacre, especially in 1998, on the hand of the Taliban occurs. I'm one of those victims that I was very young at that time, 1998, and I ran away from Mazar before the Taliban capturing the city. And then I come to UK, and then I returned back to Afghanistan, and now I'm seeking refuge for the second time because of the Taliban. And among us, we have Ustad Musafir, one of our very well-known painter, and also photographer internationally recognized, which is his kindly doing the photography for today. He was also one of the victims, and he was killed in 1998 for 9 months in a Mazar Sharif, and he was very lucky. When we lost 10,000 Hazara, 8 to 10,000 Hazara, he managed to escape the prison. That's the situation. Even during the presence of the international community in Afghanistan since 2001 to 2021, the targeted attacks, systematic discrimination, and mass killing persisted. Despite Hazara's significant contributions to democracy and peace effort, they remain victims of relentless violence at the hands of Taliban, ISIS, and other extremist groups, as well as institutional discrimination by the Afghan government. Between 2002 and 2021, when we had the international community in Afghanistan, over 290 targeted attacks resulted in thousands of the Hazara death and injury occurring in maternity wards, places of worship, and schools. Since Taliban's return to power in 2021, violence against the Hazara community has escalated significantly. In just the past few years, more than 60 targeted attacks have killed and injured hundreds of Hazara. These are not isolated incidents, but part of the systematic campaign of genocide aiming at erasing Hazaras from Afghanistan society. The Taliban's policy of discrimination and religious persecution have further intensified the suffering through targeted bombing, summary execution, forced displacement, economic marginalization, and severe restriction on religious and cultural practices. Additionally, hate speeches against Hazaras has significantly increased, with the branding them as infidel to justify their persecution. Even high-ranked Taliban officials, such as the former governor of Mazar and Herat, have publicly stated that the Hazaras should be sent to the graveyard, further legitimized and encouraging acts of violence against these people. Behind direct violence, the Taliban have systematically worked to erase Hazara identity. This includes the destruction of historical heritage sites, such as Buddha of Bamyan, and the demolishing of the Hazara monument that reflects their culture and historical legacy. Even Hazara graveyards in the area where they have been forcefully displaced have been destroyed, and attempt to arrest any evidence that this land once belonged to them. The Taliban regime has also imposed a brutal system of gender apartheid across Afghanistan, depriving women of their fundamental rights. Women have been systematically excluded from public life, banned from education, and even prohibited from showing their face in public. This policy has devastated consequently, particularly for the Hazara women who face intersecting layers of oppression due to ethnicity, religious, and gender. Arbitrary arrest, violence, and even rape against journalists and human rights activists have been becoming common, creating an atmosphere of fear and repression. Lastly, additionally, the Taliban have systematically removed Hazaras from government positions at both national and provincial levels, drastically reducing their presence in civil service and judiciary roles. Religious repression has also increased, with the Hazara facing restriction on religious events and a ban on teaching Shia jurisprudence. Economic marginalization is further exacerbated by the excessive taxation and deliberate exclusion from international aid, worsening the humanitarian crisis. This action reflects a deliberate strategy to weaken and erase the Hazara people from Afghanistan's social, political, and historical landscape. Thank you for your attention.